Hello friends. So in the last lecture that we have just seen about the iron carbon diagram, or again it is called as an FeFe3C diagram. So in the today's lecture again we will just continue with the same concept of FeFe3C diagram. So we will just take the overview of FeFe3C diagram, and then we will just see the different kind of that transformation phases in that particular diagram. So again, no need to go and refer the previous particular lecture. Here this is the FeFe3C diagram that we have explained. Again in the short, we will just go and explain those concepts, and then we will just go with the FeFe3C diagram. So basically, first of all, you just try to understand what is the steel. So in the last lecture that we have seen, the steel, it is just alloy of basically cast iron, or sorry, it is just basically iron, and the percentage of carbon when we are going to add in it, it will be a steel alloy. And we have seen about the different phases of iron, and one of the phase is the cast iron. So different phases, the three main phases, that is the pig iron or cast iron or wrought iron. So wrought iron, it is just a pure form of iron. Then when the percentage of carbon is up to 6.67%, it will be known as a cast iron. And then above the 6.67 percentage of carbon, it will be known as a pig iron. So these are the different iron phases that we have seen in the last lecture. Now, how to draw the FeFe3C diagram? It is the very much important part, and we will just see first of all how to draw the FeFe3C diagram, and then we will just come with that particular slide. So first of all, you just try to understand how to draw the FeFe3C diagram. So first of all, we need to draw one axis, that is we can say x-axis, and on that x-axis we have just shown the percentage of carbon at the bottom side, that is up to 6.67% carbon. So at the bottom side you can be able to see the steel percentage near about 2%. Here it is shown near about 2.1.4%. Then those horizontal and vertical lines has been drawn, and then on the y-axis the temperature has been plotted. So basically this is in this way you need to join all such points, key points we can say, and at the different temperatures. So whatever may be the phases, it has been shown. So first bottom phase, that is the alpha ferrite over here, then that alpha ferrite is present at near about 723 degree Celsius temperature, and the percentage of carbon will be start from 0.008% to 0.025%. Then this will be the eutectic point of that particular phase, and near about 0.8% carbon, okay, approximately, that eutectic point, that is the perlite phase, we can be able to get. So again, this will be a dropping of the temperature. So this will be a delta ferrite, and this will be the alpha ferrite phase. So delta ferrite, when the liquid has been added in that, so it will be a delta plus liquid phase, and this will be a gamma, that is the austenite. So the structures transformation will be there from BCC to FCC, and again from FCC to BCC in this particular phase. So this will be a delta and BCC phase. So this phase transformation will be there in the iron carbon diagram. So how to draw it, that we have seen. Now we will just come with that particular diagram. So in this particular stages, here we can be able to see this will be a alpha. So when we are dividing this particular diagrams, so different kind of that phases we will get, and here again we can be able to see that this will be alpha ferrite. So alpha plus Fe3C, that is the cementite phase. So that cementite phase, when the temperature will be at a constant temperature, when the carbon percentage will be goes on increasing, it will be a perlite phase. So this kind of that phase transformation will be there in the Fe3C diagram. So that we will discuss in the further parts of this particular lecture. But what is that alpha ferrite that we have seen? So alpha is ferrite is an interstitial solid solution of carbon in low temperature BCC. So here that we have seen, this will be alpha ferrite. Okay. So at near about 7 to 3 degrees Celsius temperature, so that alpha ferrite phase will be there. This will be a austenite phase, and now you might be able to have some confusion in your mind, but don't worry, we will just divide this particular diagram. Just forget about this particular bottom part. So basically, this will be a liquid portion. When it is cooling down, it will be start converting into the solid. But before converting, we are getting the different kind of that phases over here. So those phases you just try to understand. So this will be a liquid. Then this liquid, when we are just going to cool, so at near about 1536 degrees Celsius, that is 1536 degrees Celsius, or might be it will be a 39 degrees Celsius also. So that liquid will be start converting into some sort of that another form, and delta ferrite phase will be occurs. So this will be a diagram for delta ferrite. What we have seen in the previous lectures, those diagrams we will get over here. And when the delta ferrite again it will be goes on cooling side, we will get the austenite phase. So this particular portion of the curve, we will get the liquid plus austenite. Okay, so liquid here, that liquid, and bottom is the austenite. So it will be liquid plus austenite. Here the liquid plus delta ferrite, because this particular phase will be a delta. Okay, delta. So this particular portion will be liquid plus delta ferrite. This particular portion will be austenite plus delta ferrite. Okay, austenite plus delta ferrite, and this will be a liquid plus austenite. Now when we will come into this particular phase, this will be converted into the Fe3C, and this particular portion will be liquid plus Fe3C. Now when again the temperature will be goes dropping, here we will get the alpha ferrite. So this particular portion will be the combination of alpha ferrite plus austenite. Okay, so alpha ferrite plus austenite. Now here it will be a austenite plus this particular portion will be a Fe3C. So Fe3C. This portion, now it will be converted into the ledeburite because it is just combination. So austenite ledeburite plus Fe3C. Here will be a ledeburite plus Fe3C. So these particular lectures explanation we have seen in the previous lectures. So we are just taking the overview of that, and then we will just go with some sort of that phase transformations. Okay. Now I hope you have understood these particular terms in the last lecture, that is alpha ferrite. So ferrite is an interstitial solid solution of carbon. Gamma is the austenite. It is the interstitial solid solution of carbon, and it can be dissolved to 2% of carbon at 1147 degrees Celsius. The phase is stable only above 7 to 7 degree Celsius, or you maybe say 7 to 3 degrees Celsius also. Somewhere that reference will be a 7 to 3. So both temperatures are correct because of some sort of that impurities, minor impurities, slight temperature variation might be recorded. Okay. So delta ferrite is the phase, and fourth one is the Fe3C will be the phase, that is the cementite. It will be called as a cementite. So these are the different phases. How to draw it we have seen. Now this is very important phases in the Fe3C diagram. So first is the peritectic reactions, so or transformation we can be able to see. So in the peritectic transformation, basically this particular portion will be contains, so what we can be able to see, it has been at the upper part of the delta phase. So this will be a delta. Here will be a liquid phase. So this particular portion will be delta plus liquid, and here will be the austenite. So upper portion, you just refer this particular portion of the diagram, this particular portion that has been expanded. Okay, this particular portion of FeFe3C diagram that has been expanded in this particular peritectic reactions. Okay, so this will be expanded over here. So at the peritectic reactions. So delta plus austenite, that is the gamma, we can be able to see this will be a delta plus liquid and this will be a gamma plus liquid. So for the peritectic reaction, you just refer this. So liquid plus delta ferrite, liquid plus delta ferrite. When the liquid plus delta ferrite phase will be starts occurring, we are getting, after cooling of this particular portion, so liquid, that is 0.53% of carbon will be there. For the delta ferrite, 0.1% carbon will be there. Okay, so 0.53. So this will be the range from 0.1 to 0.53. This will be a range of this particular diagram. That is the percentage of carbon. Okay, here 0.1% carbon will be there. Here 0.53% carbon will be there. So similarly, this has been written over here. So at 1492 degrees Celsius temperature, when we are start cooling the peritectic, for the peritectic reaction, when we are going to start cooling this, what we are getting, that is the gamma austenite. So austenite we are going to get at near about 0.18% of carbon. So when the delta ferrite phase will be start cooling at 1492 degrees Celsius temperature, so that delta ferrite plus liquid, we are going to get the austenite at 0.18% of carbon. So basically the liquid, so delta ferrite it is just a slightly solid phase, and when the liquid plus solid, when it is start cooling, we are getting the new solid. This is gamma, or we can say austenite. So liquid plus solid, in the reaction we are going to get the new solid. Similarly, for eutectoid reactions, so here I think it has been clear to you, and this particular phase, again we can be able to divide this particular phase, we can be able to divide into the hypoperitectic and hyperperitectic stages. Hypoperitectic and hyperperitectic. Hypoperitectic in the sense, we can be able to draw this particular line, and left of this particular line we are going to get the hypoperitectic, and right to this particular line we are going to get the hyperperitectic. So in the hypoperitectic we can be able to say delta plus liquid, we will get delta plus gamma, and for the hyperperitectic in this particular zone, we are going to get the delta plus liquid. Okay, at this particular phase, delta plus liquid, we are going to get gamma plus liquid. Okay, so here delta plus liquid, we will get delta plus gamma. Okay, and here delta plus liquid, we are going to get gamma plus liquid. So this will be a reactions. So similarly, the next reaction is the, or next phase is the eutectoid reaction. So eutectoid reaction in the sense, here we can be able to see this will be a portion that is hypoeutectoid and hypereutectoid. So where we have to refer this at Fahrenheit, this will be a Fahrenheit degree Celsius temperatures. So alpha plus gamma, this will be a phase for the eutectoid reactions, transformations. So at the bottom, okay, now we are highlighting this particular portion, okay, for the next reaction, this particular portion. Here it will be there. This will be the reactions. Okay, so just refer the temperature over here in this diagram. So what we are going to get, alpha plus gamma, that is ferrite plus austenite. So this will be a ferrite, we are going to get the perlite. So gamma austenite, that is the, when we are going to cool it at 723 degrees Celsius, what we are going to get, alpha ferrite plus cementite. So here alpha ferrite and cementite. So these two reactions, alpha ferrite over here and cementite over here. So alpha ferrite and cementite. So that is nothing but the solid is just converting into the two solids. That is solid 1, it is converting into the solid 2 and solid 3. Here that new solid. So this will be a reaction at eutectoid. It is known as the eutectoid reactions. Okay. Now next, this will be a eutectic reactions in iron carbon diagram. Now for the eutectic reactions, where we have to refer it, the eutectic reactions, again we will just go into the iron carbon diagram, main iron carbon diagram, so you can be able to understand where is the eutectic reactions or eutectic point of that particular iron carbon diagram. So this portion, these are the temperature in the degree Celsius in this particular portion. So hypoeutectic and hypereutectic. So this is the reactions. So just go and see this particular portion of the diagram. So that will be the eutectic. So this will be the eutectic point, right? This will be the eutectic point of that particular diagram. This is not the eutectic point. This is the eutectic point. This will be known as an eutectoid point. Eutectoid. Here is the eutectoid reaction. So this particular point is referred as an eutectoid point. This particular point is referred as the eutectic point of that particular diagram. So eutectic reaction in iron carbon diagram, basically this will be a liquid, and liquid is just changing into the austenite and cementite. Okay. So this will be a solid 1 and solid 2, austenite and cementite. So at the eutectic reactions, this will be austenite, that is the gamma, and cementite, it is just Fe3C, that we have seen in the previous lectures. What is the austenite? It is called as an gamma. So in this lecture also, in the slide number I think 5 and 6, it has been mentioned that, again I will just repeat, alpha, it is just alpha ferrite, known as an alpha ferrite. Gamma, it is known as an austenite, and delta and fourth phase is the cementite, that is the Fe3C. So these are the four phases. So in the basically eutectic reactions, this particular liquid is going to change in the gamma, that is the austenite, and Fe3C, that is the cementite. So basically here will be the phase austenite and ledeburite. Here will be the phase of cementite and ledeburite. So that phases we have seen in the previous lecture. So when the liquid will be starts cooling at that particular phase, okay, so near about 4.3% of carbon, okay, what we are going to get, that is the on this particular point, what we are going to get, austenite plus cementite. So this will be the whatever may be the reactions or transformation phases in the Fe3C diagram. So just remember, we will take the overview. Again, we will just see how to draw the Fe3C diagram. So you just try to understand how the drawing will be start and what are the plotting points. So that overview of that particular diagram that we have taken in the last lecture itself. So at the bottom, whatever may be the percentage of carbon that has been plotted. Okay, so up to 2% the steel will be there, about 2% the cast iron will be there. Okay, so here that hypoeutectic steel, eutectoid steel and hypereutectoid steel. So that phases will be shown in the last slide. You just now take the overview of that, where the particular exact points will be there. So this will be a eutectoid point, what I have explain these reactions, that is the eutectoid point. This will be a peritectic point. Peritectic point. Here is the peritectic point. Here is the eutectoid point. And here will be the eutectic point at 4.3% of carbon. So at 0.17% of carbon, peritectic point will be there. At 0.8% of carbon, eutectoid point is there, and at 4.3%, eutectic point will be there. So just take the overview of those. Again, in the same diagram, same reactions will be there. So this diagram you have to draw for the iron carbon equilibrium diagram. All those phases I have explained thoroughly in it. In previous 2 lectures, that will be the base for FeFe3C diagrams. So you just go and refer those lectures also. You can be able to understand how to draw the FeFe3C diagram and the basics about the FeFe3C diagram. So horizontal, that reactions that is been given, that is delta plus liquid will be gives the austenite. When the liquid cooling, so that is at the lower critical temperature line, and this will be the Curie temperature line. So these are the different phases we are going to occur, that has been shown over there. So Curie temperature, at this particular temperature, the magnetic properties of iron disappears and it becomes non-magnetic. That is the Curie temperature line. So upper critical temperature line, the hypoeutectic steel, that is 0.4% carbon. Okay. So I hope you have just understood about this particular lecture nicely, and in the next lecture we will just discuss about the different kind of that microstructures and during the solidification and the microstructure of the when we are going to cool the steel slowly, which kind of that microstructures we are going to observe, that we will see in the next lecture. So thank you very much for the patience listening.